Why are we all so divided today? So there was a New York Times survey, and basically everybody agreed we're too divided to fix anything, which is wild because that's the one thing that we can all agree on. We can't agree on anything, except we can't agree on anything. And there's two kinds of being divided out there. If you think about it, there's the I don't like you, and that is affective polarization. That's when you just don't like somebody because they're on the other team. It's not about policy or anything. It's just like, how some people are Coke people and some people are Pepsi people. Except now, if you're a Pepsi person, the Coke person thinks you're destroying America. It's that, but it's worse. And then there's the we disagree on stuff kind. This is ideological polarization. This is just disagreeing about actual things like taxes or whatever. And here's the weird part: regular people don't disagree that much on stuff, but politicians are going to disagree on pretty much everything. So they think we're more divided than we are because we're watching them yell at each other on TV and on social media. This causes real freaking problems. People are okay with their side breaking the rules as long as it stops the other side, which is not great for democracy. Some people, and I didn't know this, they're actually fine with political violence right now. I am not. Like they took a survey and people said, yeah, violence is okay sometimes. It is bad for your health. Now, I've read a study that said if your state voted the opposite way from you, you're less healthy. Your body's going to be like, I'm so mad, I'm getting sick. This stuff is ruining Thanksgiving and families and workplaces and everything. We can't even handle a pandemic together anymore because of this stuff. So if we take a look at it, the internet made everything worse. Take a look at social media. Everybody knows that it's bad. You know it's bad, but here's why it's bad. The algorithm itself wants you to be mad. The apps are designed to keep you scrolling. And the way that they do that is they show you stuff that makes you feel something, angry or scared or outraged. They don't care. You stay on longer when you're upset. So the algorithm is just going to keep feeding you stuff that makes you mad. It's like if your TV only showed you stuff you hated and you couldn't ever turn it off. And then you can end up in what's called an echo chamber, which is a fancy way of saying you only see stuff that you already agree with. So you think everybody agrees with you, except for the crazy people on the other side. And you also see them because the algorithm makes you see that to get you madder, right? And now doing it only on purpose for money. There's a study from the University of Kansas. I didn't really know Kansas was doing studies on this crap, but they are. And they found that the apps have to make you polarize because that's how they make money. If they calm everybody down, they make less money. So they're not going to do it. It could be like, we could reduce polarization or we could buy another yacht. And well, Mark Zuckerberg wants his yacht. Everyone is doing it now, and it is not just the apps. It's the people on the apps. You got politicians, news people, influencers. All of us has figured out that if you say something crazy and divisive, you're going to go viral and make money. You get clicks, you get famous, you get money. So everybody's doing just that all the time. It's an economy based on making people fight to make money, which is stupid. Now, who's in charge here? I don't know, not us. This is the scary part. You got a handful of billionaires out there on these platforms, and they can just decide stuff. They can change the rules, they can change the algorithm, they can decide what people see, and we don't get a vote at all. They benefit from living in a democracy. Like they get roads and laws and stuff, but their business model is making everybody hate each other, which is bad for democracy. So they're kind of, I don't know, freeloading. They're using democracy to get rich while accidentally also breaking democracy. And one researcher went out there and said, "Hey, if you don't fix this, we're going to have another January 6th or something worse." And I don't know what's worse than that. I really do not want to find out any of this crap. So what can you do about it? I don't know. Tell me. You could tell people they're wrong in a really nice way. You could do this thing called a subversion dilemma. Basically, people are going to think the other side is okay in cheating and breaking rules. So they're going to say, well, I guess I have to cheat and do that too. But if you can show them data that says actually most people on both sides care about democracy, well, we might all just calm down. And we did this huge study on this and it worked. People stopped supporting undemocratic stuff and they stopped being okay with violence just from seeing some data. It's like when you think everybody in the party hates you, but then someone says, no, they all think you're great. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you don't fight. You can also make those apps fix themselves. The platforms could just stop doing this. They could change the algorithm so it doesn't make everybody mad. They can be transparent about how it works. They can make it so you can't dunk on people as easily, but they won't do it on their own because money. So somebody's going to have to make them fix it. Step in, make some rules, fine them if they don't follow the rules. Some people in the FTC, that's the Federal Trade Commission, well, it's a real thing. They could write up a code of conduct for social media. Like, hey, you have to try not to destroy democracy globally. It seems fair. You could also just stop using it on a personal level. We could stop sharing stuff that makes everybody mad. We could call out our own side when they're being ridiculous, and we can not repost misinformation even if we're trying to debunk it, because apparently that also still spreads it. You could just be a little less online, and that's hard because the app is designed to keep you online, but still, you can fix it. And that's the whole thing. The internet is going to make money by making us mad. A few billionaires control everything, and it's bad for democracy and it's bad for your health. I don't really see that coming. And we need to fix it like at every level. You got to fix these apps in the government, and we have to fix ourselves now. Otherwise, we're just going to keep getting madder and madder and madder until, I don't know, we stop talking to each other